This is the homework solution for page 229, problems 22, 23, and 24. We have problems 22 right here on the board. It says Greg is driving a remote control car at a constant speed. He starts the timer when the car is 5 feet away. After 2 seconds, the car is 35 feet away. A. Write a linear equation to find the distance d of the car from Greg. And B. Estimate the distance the car has traveled after 10 seconds. Right? For those of you who are planning to do physics in your junior or senior year, this is an example of a 1D kinematics equation, right? Which is just motion. Okay? Right. The first thing that you want to look at here is that Greg is driving a remote control car at a constant speed. The word constant speed just means you can use a linear equation. He starts the timer when the car is 5 feet away. That is very important information. When it says 5 feet away from him, that means the y-intercept is equal to 5. Next part, it says after 2 seconds, so after a time, the car is now 2 feet away. It's 35 feet away. Okay, what I did is I put this into a chart because it's really hard to graph it because I don't have a lot of data points, but they gave me some values. So my column here is my timer and my distance away. This is probably going to be my x, and this is going to probably be my y value. Okay, so at 0, at 0 timer, right? Because it says he starts the timer, so at 0 time it is 5 feet away. So that is how I got 0 for the second and 5 for the distance. After 2 seconds, the car is 35 feet away. So I got 2 and 35. Okay. Here I had two beautiful points. Okay, I have two beautiful points, and from 2 points I can compute the slope. Slope is defined as change of y over change of x. I plug in my values, 35 subtract 5, and 2 minus 0. I get 30 divided by 2, which is just m is equal to 15. Right? To give you some context, what the 15 means is that it is 15 feet away for every 1 second. Okay, that's just some context to it. Next, I noticed that the equation that I need is y is equal to mx plus b because it's asking, where is it? A linear equation, that is my linear equation. Y equals mx plus b, I have the y-intercept and I have my slope right here. So I can make that substitution. Y is equal to 15x plus 15. The 15 comes from the slope formula, and the 5 just comes from the y-intercept that is given in the problem. Okay, good. The next part, I did my first part. Okay, I did A, which is probably a linear equation. B, it says estimate the distance a car has traveled after 10 seconds. Looking at the distance where the car is 10 seconds away, you're looking at the chart. The time is the x value, and so when the car is 10 seconds away, that means x is equal to 10. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Review what I just said if it doesn't make sense to you. Here's my original equation. I want to substitute x equals to 10. 15 times 10 is 150 plus 5 is 155. What does this 155 mean? The 155 represents the 155 feet that is away from Greg after he starts the car after 10 seconds. The car is 155 feet away after 10 seconds. Okay, that is your answer for number 22. Let's go to 23. 23. Alright. 23. Zoo refers to the beginning of the lesson. A. Write a linear equation to find the attendance in millions. After X years, let X be the number of years since 2000. And B. Estimate the zoo attendance in the year 2020. Okay. I didn't talk about the beginning of the lesson, so let me just give you the context of what the beginning lesson is. In 2006, the attendance at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium was about 1.6 million. In 2009, the zoo's attendance was 2.2 million. So I got an X value, which is going to be here, and a Y value, which is going to be right here. My Y value right here is going to, because it says X. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. My headphone went, the battery went off. Okay, so notice that it is the X value refers to the years after 2000. So 2006 is how many years? 6 years. Does that make sense? Because it is X is going to represent the years after 2000. 2006 is 6 years after 2006, and the attendance was 1.6 million. Okay, 9 years, which is 2009, which is 9 years after 2000. The zoo attendance was 2.2 million. Right? They want to write a linear equation. Okay? The beauty of this problem is I had a y-intercept. The hard one for this is I wasn't able to find the y-intercept. Okay? So, the information gives us 2 points. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the slope. Here's my first point. My first point is 6, comma 1.6 million and 9, comma 2.2 million. Okay, I label my information. X is equals to 6, x1 is equal to 6, y1 is equal to 1.6, x2 is equal to 9, y2 equals 2.2 million. Here's the formula. Make the substitution. 2.2 million subtract 1.6 million and divide by 9, divide by 6. It equals to 0.6 divided by 9. Again, this is going to be a decimal, so you should use your calculator. 0.6 divided by 3, that simplifies, is equal to 1.5, or you can also write it as 0.2. For the sake of this problem, in reality, when you write slope, it should always be left in a fraction form, never a decimal. But for the sake of this problem, the decimal is going to work out much better. Okay? Next, we have a slope and we have a couple of points. So I'm just going to grab one of the points, x1 and y1, from the first point, the first order pair, and I'm going to use that slope that I just calculated to compute point slope form. Here's point slope equation. Make the substitution. 1.6 goes in for y, 0.2 goes in for the slope, 6 goes in for x1. Okay, distribute the point 0 to the x, 0.2 to the 6. That's what I got after the distribution. Plus 1.6 to both sides, you should end up with y equals 2.20x plus 0.4. This is also a correct answer, okay? All right. That is the linear equation. So, next, it asks us to find what is the attendance in 2020. But again, X is referred to the years right here, years after 2000. So 2020, how many years is that past 2000? 20. So X is equal to 20. Using my original equation, I make that substitution. Okay. Then I simplify 0.20 times 20 is 4 plus 0.4 is 4.4, which stands for million, because remember the attendance was in the units of million. Okay, the units here is in millions. That's why I have here as that is the attendance for 2020. If it keeps increasing, right, at a constant rate, the population is estimated at 2020 at 4.4 million. Let's do the last one. This should be 24. 24, It says in 1904 a dictionary cost 30 cents. Since then the cost of a dictionary has risen an average of 6 cents per year. Maybe, the ink is more expensive or the book is more expensive or maybe there's more words. A. Write a linear equation to find the cost C of a dictionary Y years after 1904. And B. If this trend continues, what will the cost of the dictionary be in 2020? Right. It says let's start at the starting point of 1904 right here where the cost is 30 cents, right? My starting point, right? So Y is the year since 1904 and C is going to be the price of the dictionary. That is just what they want us to use. You can use X or Y, okay? The cost of the dictionary has risen an average of 6 cents per year, which is the slope. 6 cents per year is per slope. The hint is the word per. Do you see that? Has risen an average of 6 cents per year. That per gives you the indicator that it is the slope. So M is equal to the slope. Okay? Next, remember that you need a starting point and a slope. My slope here is 6 and 30 cents is going to be my starting point because it says starting point is 904, right? That's the start, 30 cents. The y-intercept is 30. Okay, that is how I get the equation. I have to understand that the slope M is a rate and the B, which is the y-intercept, is a starting point. Okay, and that comes just from extracting the information, so reading comprehension. Next, B, what is the cost at 2020? Look at this. Remember, let Y be the years after 1904. So if it asks, right? Oops, sorry, X. It should be Y. What is the cost of the library of the dictionary in 2020? 2020 is when Y is equal to 116. How do I get 116? It comes from 2020 subtract 1904 because again that is what it says here. The years after 1904. Okay. So this is my original equation, which was given in part 1 that I created, and I made that substitution. Y is equal to 116. Plug that in for Y. Make that substitution. Do that multiplication. You should have gotten, this is the unit, is 726 cents. 726 cents is $7.26 dollars, okay? Because this is cents and this is in dollars, okay? And there you go. That is how much a dictionary should cost in 2020, which we should roughly be in that ballpark. But but everybody has an iPhone that has a dictionary in it, so um, it's that price is not really constant, okay? But assuming that the price is constant, in by 2020, the cost of the dictionary should be $7.26. There you go. That is the homework solutions.